The next day, when I arrived at the lake, Blondie was already there.
Blondie. Hi, Wolf. Are you feeling better?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
He smiled, relieved. Despite all the terrible things I'd said, he still cared about me. Just a couple boys closing their eyes.
Hey, so... Hey,
What?
You go first.
I'm sorry for the mean things I said yesterday!
Huh?
I got scared, 'cause I thought you were gonna steal my grandma from me. At my honest confession, he let out an exasperated sigh.
Huh. You are truly an imbecile.
What?
She's your grandmother, Wolf.
I know that, but...
She's been very kind to me, and I wanted to return the favor. Nothing more than that.
Don't you have your own grandma?
No.
What about a dad?
No. I live with my mother, but she works a lot, and she hardly ever comes home.
Oh. I knew all this, but hearing it straight from Blondie's mouth made my chest hurt in a different way. Are you sure you should keep playing with me?
Yeah. Of course I am.
He smiled. And because he said it was okay, I chose to believe that we were doing nothing wrong. A few days later... Ooh, a special feature on survival training! Blondie would like this! As I was watching TV, my grandma started nagging me. Wolf, I know these things sound fun, but you shouldn't push yourself. Not this again. Your surgery's just around the corner, so you need to rest up. I know, okay? I didn't want to hear another word, so I ran out of the house. Wolf! Oh no, it's time for the drowning incident. Stupid grandma. I'm fine! Lately, she kept going on and on about my surgery. She's getting nervous. I knew the big day was coming up soon, but I didn't want to have to think about it. Wait, is that? As I was walking around downtown, I caught a glimpse of bright red fabric near the flower shop.
Maybe I should keep saving up.
How's it hanging, Blondie? What you up to?
Oh!
Blondie took one look at me and blushed.
Nothing much.
If you say so, I guess. Okay, let's go to the lake.
The lake? Sure, I don't mind.
When we arrived, I told him all about my fight with Grandma.
But you guys are so close.
Not my fault she's such a nag. I keep telling her I'm fine, but she never lets me do anything.
But that's only because she cares about you.
I know that. I just want to play outside, that's all. I want to run super fast and go see faraway places. I don't want to be stuck here twiddling my thumbs forever. You're so lucky. I wish I was strong like you.
Huh?
I always wanted to be a lone wolf. Rational and smart and self-reliant. But at this rate, I'll never be. I wish I was you. For the first time, I let myself be vulnerable around him. I trusted him to understand the real me. Good thing I met you, or else my life would be pretty boring right about now.
This is fun.
Of course! Talking to you is always a blast. It's great! As we talked, I found myself wanting to do something exciting to cheer myself up. Guess what, bud? you're hanging out with me all day today. We're gonna make that tree fort. I brought all my favorite stuff from home. You want to see it, right? Don't you? Right?
Yeah.
He nodded, smiling. He's like, I should have stopped him. As we walked through the forest, we gathered all the most usable planks of wood and carried them to our chosen tree. We hit the jackpot! Wonder what all the fuss is about. Uh-oh. And there goes Grandma. Oh, I wonder if she had, like, that trouble with her... It was her heart, right? Like, her heart kind of gave out on her. Maybe the stress over Woolfe's surgery was doing that to her. Poor Grandma. Aw, man.
Dunno.
The sirens in the distance made me feel strangely restless.
Why don't we call it a day here and go back home?
Aw, come on! You promised you'd stay with me all day today, remember? A sacred vow, man to man!
Yes, I remember.
Then we're staying!
Fine.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I found something cool at the lake.
What is it?
See that? We could use that to keep the rain off. I pointed to the blue tarp floating near the lake pier. It must have been carried here in a storm or something.
But it's so far out there. We can't go into the lake to get it.
We just need a long enough stick or something. I grabbed a tree branch off the ground, got on all fours, and reached out.
Aw, his head falls off.
Just a little farther.
Don't push yourself. I'll do it.
No, I can do it myself. Annoyed, I reached out farther, and the next moment...
Hey, it's your boy. I love that the reason his hood fell off his face is because he was reaching out for this stupid tarp. And so the only boy that he could see in this moment with a riding hood was Alistair. It's like, ugh, man, comedy of errors or what?
Thank God I found you! Look for a boy in a riding hood. You must be Woolfe.
I heard the sound of my nickname and turned to find a stranger grabbing Blondie by the arm.
Whoa!
Your grandmother's collapsed. She's being taken to the hospital as we speak. She's been asking for you the whole time. Hurry up and get over there.
In my shock, I accidentally fell off the pier and into the water. Help me!
You need to get going. Your grandma's waiting for you.
But...
My vision was going dark. It was agony. I struggled with all my might, but my limbs felt like lead. The surface was still so far away. Was I going to sink to the bottom and drown? Just then, a strong force hauled me up.
You're gonna be okay, kid. Just hold on tight.
I didn't know who it was, but I clung to him for dear life. Back on the pier, I could finally breathe again.
You alright?
Yeah.
Here, wear this.
The man grabbed his jacket off the ground and draped it over my shoulders. Grandma!
Huh?
Just now, you said someone's grandma collapsed. That's my grandma! Is she okay? If anything happened to her,
Easy now.
That was the last thing I remembered at the lake that day.
As you're retelling the story, Woolfe, do you remember this man that saved your life, or that you're telling the story to?
The next thing I knew, I was in a hospital bed. The nurse told me I passed out after nearly drowning. She mentioned that my grandma was hospitalized here too. I hurried to Grandma's hospital room.
Grandma! Is that you, little wolf?
Yeah, it's me, your grandson, Woolfe. Grandma, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I'm such a stupid, spoiled brat all the time.
That's all right. To me, all that matters is that you're happy and healthy.
She forgave me for my selfishness. Then she celebrated my new friendship and asked me to look out for him. A beautiful carnation decorated the space beside her pillow. I quickly recognized it as the flower Blondie was eyeing at the flower shop. Grandma? Grandma! Hey! Wake up! Grandma! When she stopped responding, I shook her shoulders desperately.
It's okay. She's just asleep.
I whirled around to find a tall, white-haired man standing there. My grandma's gonna be okay. She won't die.
Relax. The doctors here are very good at their jobs.
He stroked my hair with a gentle look in his eyes.
Yuki! Mom! Are you okay, honey? Are you hurt?
As soon as my mom entered the room, she pulled me into a hug.
Aw. Wolf going, wah. Poor Wolf.
My tears streamed down my face like an unstoppable waterfall.
Good job, Ryoushi.
Huh? Wait. Where am I? When I next awoke, I found myself with my head in my mom's lap.
Oh, are you awake?
Mom?
You were so tuckered out you fell asleep. Are you okay? Feeling sick at all?
Rubbing my sleepy eyes, I tried to make sense of everything. But so much had happened. It was hard to tell dreams from reality. How's Grandma?
She's fine. I was told she just needs some bed rest.
Oh.
That nice man who saved your life? He saved Grandma too.
Wow, really? Where is he? I gotta thank him.
Well, he was too modest to give his name, but his friend called him Ryoushi. He's a hunter in training.
Ryoushi? A hunter in training?
Kind of funny, isn't it? A hunter helping a wolf?
Oh, that's right! Red Riding Hood!
Yes, exactly like the story of Red Riding Hood.
No, not that! Have you seen a blonde boy with a red cloak anywhere?
A red cloak? No, I don't think so.
Oh. Somehow, in that moment, I knew that I would never see Blondie again. Because he was a super serious kid with a strong sense of right and wrong, he probably couldn't forgive himself for his deceit.
You would be correct.
With my grandma in the hospital, my parents took me home ahead of schedule. On my last day in the countryside, I begged them to let me visit the lake one last time.
But he wasn't there. Unfortunately, more trauma had befallen that boy, and Red went into hiding.
Yuki, honey, we need to leave.
Okay. In the end, I never saw Blondie after that.
And now we're back.
And that's the gist of it.
Gotcha. Thanks for telling me.
Was it useful?
Very. I'm impressed you remember so many small details after all these years. And it sounds like you-know-who just got back.
I'll go get him.
Now it was just me and Ryoushi. Our eyes met. Man, why is he mean-mugging me? Back off my little sister or what? More importantly, why did something feel off?
Woolfe. And Ryoushi too.
Oh hey! Welcome home, Blondie! Yeah, I'm just chillaxing.
Welcome home.
Remember how I told you I used to be friends with Red Riding Hood? I was just telling Ryoushi all about it.
You were?
Are you curious?
No, not really.
Then he went quiet again. Sheesh, always making me do all the heavy lifting around here. So anyways, I wonder why Red Riding Hood won't come out to see me.
Maybe it's because you're associated with his trauma.
What? How come?
From what Cinderella told me, his mother contributed to the birth of Snow White and Red Riding Hood. I imagine she must have had some awareness that her son was developing other personalities. That's why she tried to keep him inside at all costs. But that limitation backfired and created another personality.
You mean Red Riding Hood?
Yes. Red Riding Hood snuck out of the house to play with you while his mother was at work. And from what you've told me, it sounds like some awful things happened. If I had to guess, a lot of those things overlapped, and he started blaming himself for all of it. Red Riding Hood is chained down by his guilt. He just doesn't know it. Probably doesn't want to know, I guess. That's why he subconsciously rejects us.
Us?
He avoids me too, you know.
Why would he avoid you?
Because I met him around the same time.
What?
Originally, I thought Snow White was the first one I met. But after hearing your story, it all clicks. The first time I saw Alistair, I was saving a drowning kid from the lake.
Wait. But that means...
You guessed it. That kid was you.
You're the guy who saved my life?
You don't recognize him? My brother hasn't aged a day.
Look, I was kind of busy trying not to die, you know. I didn't get a good look at his face. When I asked who saved me, all they told me was that he never cracked a smile.
Sounds like me.
Are you for real? Oh my god, this is wild! I can't believe it! You're the guy who saved me!
Is it cool if I punch this kid?
Please don't.
Afterwards, I talked them into letting me stay for dinner, then left with Ryoushi. I was told that he lived on his own, but no further explanation was given. Thanks for all your help today.
Of course. Likewise, I apologize for making you stay out so late.
Nah, it's all good. Man, that was wild, huh? For the record, I wasn't just looking for Blondie all this time. I was looking for the guy who saved me and my grandma, too.
Oh, really? Whatever happened to your grandmother anyway?
She went on to live happily ever after. Until she passed away, just last year.
Aw, well that's good. I'm glad she lived for quite a few years after that at least. Got to see you grow up into a teenager, get through the surgery. That's good.
I see. She sounds like a real angel.
For sure. Thinking about Grandma made my heart hurt a little bit. That old lady really meant the world to me, you know? Real talk, I'd forgotten all about Blondie until super recently. But after she passed away, I suddenly remembered some stuff she said to me. She told me to take good care of Blondie and to thank him for all the pretty flowers.
Oh, so that's what you want to tell him.
You came all this way just for that?
Yeah! Convinced my parents, found a college, enrolled. Luckily, Grandma's house was still in good shape.
I see. Sounds rough.
Well, I'm making the best of it, you know? I'm glad I moved here.
You two are a lot alike.
Huh?
You and Yurika, I mean.
You think so?
It's not a compliment, Wolfe.
Me and Alistair I could understand, but me and Alisu? Then again, I didn't have much in common with Alistair at all.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, sorry to cut in. Please continue.
Where was I? Oh, right! So my grandma was like, he's a good kid, honest and sincere to a fault. That said, he tends to keep things bottled up, and I imagine the loneliness weighs on him a little heavier than most. So I'll need you to get stronger so you can be there for him. Repeating the words out loud, I finally understood what Grandma meant by it. I think maybe Grandma knew all along.
I mean, never underestimate the intuition of grandmas.
She knew he was suffering deep down inside. But I was so busy thinking about myself, I never noticed. All I did was hurt him worse. So I've been wanting to apologize. I mean, knowing him, he's probably beating himself up about a bunch of stuff. Considering the way things ended, I think he might have the wrong idea.
Good point. I think the chances of that are high. Once someone is possessed by guilt, it's hard to shake. They never let themselves smile or feel happiness. That's probably why he avoids people. He chooses solitude to ensure he won't feel joy. But when the guilt exceeds your limits, you start subconsciously lashing out. It's not only self-destructive, but sometimes it hurts other people too. You start blaming others for your own mistakes. That's why they need treatment ASAP, before it's too late.
Hey, Ryoushi.
What?
His disease can be cured, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean the Blondie I know will cease to exist?
Probably.
Aw, man. In which case, my time was limited. What does it mean to cease to exist, anyway? He won't die, right?
In all probability, it won't be that simple. It's been nearly 3 years since Alistair started treatment, and his personalities haven't fused at all.
There's been no progress for 3 years? Sorry.
No, you're right. I can only blame my own incompetence. Which is precisely why I need your help.
You do? Like what specifically?
Treat him like a normal person, like any other friend. Just talk to him and spend time with him. Help him lead a normal life, because that's what he needs most of all.
Normal. Doesn't leave me much to go on, man. Back at home, I agonized over what Ryoushi could have meant. What does normal even mean? The guy stopped being normal the second he got diagnosed with MPD. And for that matter, I've never even seen him switch. I can tell he must have gone through a lot, but he won't talk to me about it. There's just so much I don't have the first clue about. And for some reason, It felt like I was the only one being left out. Then I thought about all those fairy tales my grandma used to read to me. In fairy tales, the wolf was only ever a side character, never a protagonist.
Oof. Oof. Always the side character, never the MC.
The next morning, I waited for Blondie and Allie Sue on their morning route to school. Normal, 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 normal. There they are! Morning, folks!
What the... Wolf? What are you doing here?
Oh, I don't know. Just thought I'd join you. The best way I knew how to be normal was to be a friend.
Yay, Wolf best boy.
Morning, Blondie!
Oh, good morning.
Is it cool if I walk with you guys?
Sure.
Ooh, it feels like he's opened up a little. So far, so good. So, did you see last night's episode?
Of what?
Come on, the crime drama everybody's been talking about.
Sorry, no.
Ah, not big into TV. What do you like to do?
Huh? Nothing much, I guess.
Nothing? Come on, any good books you've been reading?
Oh, well...
Then, as we turned onto a back alley, Blondie came to a stop.
Actually, I think this is where I say goodbye.
Oh, right. He doesn't go to our college. Okie dokie. See ya.
Bye, Alistair. I'll be waiting for you after school.
After he was gone, Allie Sue and I turned to look at each other.
Did Ryoushi say something to you?
Just told me to treat Blondie like any other friend.
Gotcha.
So you two walk home together too?
Uh-huh.
I started to ask, is that normal? But stopped myself.
Yeah.
There was a difference between guys and girls. Me, personally, I'd love it if a girl walked me home after school. For a shy guy like Blondie, though, potentially embarrassing.
Yeah, you would have more, better intuition than our girl here.
But, of course, it was way too early in the friendship for me to say any of that. I bet we totally look like a couple right now.
I doubt it.
Rude!
And immediately shot down.
Oh, sorry. One sec.
Huh? Right as we were approaching the campus, however, Allie Sue came to a stop.
I gotta give Ryoushi his lunch.
Oh, okay. See you when you get back. And so she jogged off into a nearby condo building. So this is where Ryoushi lives? Come to think of it, he did mention it was nearby. I can't believe there are sisters who make lunch for their brothers IRL. Thought that was an anime thing. Then again, they sure look like anime characters to me.
He says, staring at the camera.
Speaking of anime...
Oh no. What are you putting me through this time, Wolf? What's happening?
I'm back!
Welcome home, Wolf. Can I interest you in dinner? Or a bubble bath? Or perhaps a little dessert, if you know what I mean?
Oh, so cliche! And yet I love it! I choose you, Allie Sue!
Yeah? Why did I feel like this is not going to be very effective?
Got it. Order for one double scoop cone, please.
Snow, what are you doing here? Are we just gonna go through like all the guys until we get to Red eventually? That's great.
Here you go. One double scoop cone.
Yep, that's good. I like this.
Who dis?
Ice cream man. The stone cold ice cream man. I'm dying.
Relax, bro. I'm just the stone cold ice cream man passing through. You want a third scoop? Sure, I can make that happen for you.
I'm good, thanks. The dessert I had in mind involves Ali Sue only.
Cannibalism isn't cool, Wolf.
Come on, it was a figure of speech. When I say dessert, I'm talking about going to town on a bangin' bod.
I'm not a food, I'm a person.
Who's this ditz and what have you done with my Ali Sue?
I know. You really love ice cream, don't you, Wolf?
Ice cream for ice cream.
And you? That's so ancient it's not even funny.
Look, you heard the girl. Just take the hint already. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No!
You can't have our stuff, but you can always stuff yourself full of ice cream. Devour it like the wolf you are.
Kakoi!
My mental image of Ali Sue is really starting to confuse me.
And you've only spent a couple days with her. Wait till you get to know her a little bit better. I know, even in your fantasies. Oh.
Even in my own fantasy, she's a jerk.
Sorry I took so long. Let's go.
Speak of the devil! Oh, no problem. Ryoshi's house is actually pretty close to yours, huh?
Yeah.
And since it's close to the college, we could hang out there. Is what I'd say if I wanted him to kick my ass.
He totally would, too.
So why doesn't he just live with you guys? I tried to ask as casually as possible. Obviously, I cared a lot about Blondie, but I wanted to get to know Ali Sue too.
I suggested it to him, but he says it's for the best that we don't.
I didn't really get it, but since Ryoshi was a doctor, I figured he had his reasons.